Hello, good morning everybody, welcome. It's Wednesday the 29th of April 2020, time for phonics. So the first thing I want you to do is, just using these sounds, I'd like you to build the word war. Okay, so just say the sounds and write the word war. And you're right, we have oo, or. Now can you underline the or spelling in the word war? What letters are being used to write the or sound? It's the A and the R, isn't it? Okay, now leave the word war there on your paper or on your whiteboard, and now what I'd like you to do is just add a sound where it needs to go to turn this word into the word warm. Okay, so we're changing the word war into the word warm. So what other sounds do we need and where do they need to go? We need to add an sound at the end, don't we? So now we have war, warm. Okay, next I'd like you to add another sound where it needs to go in order to turn this into the word swarm. Swarm, so a swarm of insects might swarm around you. So swarm. I'm going to leave these sounds here and we're just going to add s at the start. So now we have swarm, swarm. Okay, now add another sound where it needs to be to turn this into the word swarmed. So the past tense of swarm, swarmed. And we're going to add the ed at the end, aren't we, for the d sound. So now we have swarmed, swarmed. Okay, take out the d sound and we're back to swarm. Take out the s sound and we're back to warm. Now can you add the d sound on the end again and read the word that you now have using each sound? You should have the word warmed, warmed, warmed. Okay? Okay, rub that word out. Now I'd like you to write the word water. Okay? So these are the sounds that you need to build the word water. And it's 2 syllables, water, water. Say the sounds to build the word water. And we have war, water, water. And we've got the A spelling of or, haven't we? So we have water. So far we've used 2 different spellings of the or sound. We've used AR and we've used the A spelling of or, as in water. Okay, next word. These are the sounds that you need to build the word thoughtful. Okay, so 2 syllables again. Thoughtful with the suffix full on the end. So say the sounds and build the word. And we have or. We've got that 4-letter spelling of or. Thought, thought, full. Full. Thoughtful, thoughtful. Okay. Now these are the sounds that you need for the word thought. So 1 syllable, thought. And again we have or, ought, thought. Just underline the letters that are being used to spell the or sound in the word thought. And of course it's O, U, G, H. 4-letter spelling of thought, of or in thought. Okay, the next word is tore. I tore my clothes by accident. I tore. 1 syllable. And we have t, or. And underline your or spelling. It's O-R-E. So we have that O-R-E spelling again of or. Okay, next word is taught. I taught the children to read. Taught, to teach in the past tense. And 1 syllable again. And we have t, or, t, t, or, t. Underline your or spelling. A-U-G-H. Spelling of or in taught. And okay, use these sounds to build the word ought. Ought. 1 syllable. And we have or, t, or, t, or, t, ought. And we have that 4-letter spelling of or, O-U-G-H again, as in thought. Ought. Okay? Leave that word there, leave ought where it is. Now I'd like you to change that to the word thought. So what will you need to add to change ought into thought? And of course we need a TH at the beginning, don't we? Or thought. Okay? Now lose the TH, lose the th sound, and we're back to ought. Ought. Now can you change that word into the word naught, as in 0? Okay? What sound would you need to add to create the word naught? And we need a n here, don't we? Naught. Naught. Okay? Okay. Can you rub your boards out, find a new place to work? Let's move on. So we've built words with different spellings of the or sound, as we've got here. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be moving on to sort some words that have different spellings of the j sound, same as we did yesterday. So what you need for this is 5 sections, sorry, on your board. So divide that any way you like. One way I like to do it sometimes is if you have lined paper, or if you can create yourself some lined paper, is give yourself a margin, and what you can do is you can organise it so that each spelling has its own line. Okay, so as we read the word and as we spot those spellings, we're going to just identify it in the margin here and see how many different words along that same line we end up with that same spelling. So there we go. So we'll need 5 lines definitely. You might want to divide it so that you've got a line underneath each in between. So the first word that I'd like you to try to think about reading is this word after 3. The word is 1, 2, 3. The word is bulge. Okay, so can you see a j spelling in the word bulge? It's right, that's that G-E spelling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write the j spelling in the margin. Again, you don't have to arrange yours like this. As long as you've got your 5 sections, as we normally do, that's fine. I'm just giving you another idea that you might want to try. So That's the j spelling, and we're going to say the sounds as we build the word into that section. So b, a, ul, j, b, ul, j, and I'm going to underline my j spelling. Okay? Say the sounds to read the word. B, a, ul, j, bulge. Okay, next word. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Genie, good. So over to you, I want you to decide whether you need a new section for the word genie or whether it's the same section. What letter or letters are being used to spell the j sound in genie? There is a G and an E together, but listen carefully. J, E, N, E. J, E. So actually, although G and E are together, it's two different sounds this time, isn't it? So be careful, it's not J, N, E, Jni, it's J, E, N, E. So actually it's one letter spelling of J with the G. So that's a new section, and we have J, E, N, E, with two different spellings of the E sound as well. E, E. J, underlined, E, N, E. Okay. And next up we have okay, 1, 2, 3. Juggle, good. Okay, so where is the J spelling in juggle? Over to you. You're right, it's a new section, isn't it? Because it's that J spelling. Again, J on its own, spelling of J, the one that we learned first. So we have J, A, G, 2 letters, 1 sound, U. J, A, G, U. Juggle. Okay. Next we have okay, the word is 1, 2, 3. Gentle, good. So are we going to add it to one of these 3 sections according to its J spelling, or is it a new J spelling? Over to you. And it's right, it's just G on its own. Although we've got G and an E together again, the E is a separate sound, isn't it? So it's J, E, N, gent, or t, gentle. So G on its own spelling of J. So we write J, E, N, gen, t, ul, tul. Gentle, gentle. Let's see, let's have after 3, 1, 2, 3. Jungle. Okay, we know where jungle goes. It's that J on its own spelling, isn't it? J, A, Ng, Jung, G, Ul, Gul. J, A, Ng, Jung, G, Ul, Gul, jungle. Jungle. Next up. Okay, after 3, 1, 2, 3. Sledge. So over to you. A new section or one of the existing sections for the J spelling? Sledge. So it's the 3-letter spelling. It's D, G, E there. J. Sledge. Sledge. And so we write sledge. Sledge. Okay. Now I'd like you to take out the sounds that you need to turn the word sledge into ledge, the word ledge, as in a window ledge or windowsill. Ledge. So, and write that word as well in the same section, okay? So we have edge, ledge, ledge. Okay, then take out the sound that you need to turn the word into the word edge. The edge of a shape, of a 3D shape. And we take the l sound out, don't we? And we're left with edge, edge. And write that one too. Edge, edge, edge. Okay, let's try to read this. If not, we'll read it with its syllables, okay? So I'm just going to put lines underneath the syllables first. If you can see that clearly, we have 1, 2, 3 syllables here. So let's try to read it after 3. 1, 2, 3. Well done if you read that. We've seen it before, but let's break it down into its syllables in case we need to. Okay, so we have a. Then we have j, e, k, jack, t, I, v, tiv. Adjective, adjective. And there's a j spelling in the second syllable. And we can see that it's the DJ, spelling of j, and we can write it. We can say a, j, e, k, jack, t, I, v, tiv, adjective, adjective. And that's our 5th section. So the next word, we're going to have to think, which one of those 5 sections that we already have is this word going to fit into according to its spelling of the j sound, okay? So the word is, after 3, 1, 2, 3, ginger. J, I, N, gin, j, ginger. Okay, so we've got 2 of the same spelling of the j sound here. We say j, I, N. J, j, gin, j, ginger. This is the name. It's a name, and it's 2 syllables, so in case that's helpful, I'll put the syllables underneath. So we have, okay, so if you can read it, 1, 2, 3. If not, let's use the syllables. So we have j, e, j, r, o, m, Rome. Jerome, Jerome. Okay, good. So we're going to pop that into the right section. So, according to the j spelling, it shares that j spelling with jungle and juggle, doesn't it? But capital letter this time. J, e, j, r, o, m. R, o, m. Jerome, Jerome. And the last word for today with the j spellings. I'm going to need this in your writing actually about King Arthur soon, so pay attention. The word is 1, 2, 3. Jealous. Let's break it down into the syllables if we need to. J, e, j, l, s, lus. Jealous, jealous. And of course it's that j spelling of j, where I've run out of space, so let's try and put it up here. We have j, e, j, l, jealous. Okay, so before you go any further, however you've organised your words, I now want you to read each sound to read each word before you rub it out, okay? And then it's time for our sentence work to finish off. So don't forget, read each sound, check all of the sounds are there so that the word makes sense. If there are sounds missing, then it will be a different word when somebody reads it. So let's just check. Okay, and we are ready. Pause if you still need time to carry on, and come back when you're ready. Okay, so a couple of sentences for today, all of course using different spellings of the R sound again. Okay, so thinking back to poor old Arthur with his broken arm, we've got two things, two sentences, one that Dad says and one that Mum says in reply. Okay, so the first sentence we'll do and then we'll come on to the second one. So the first sentence is, try to stay calm and we'll go to see the doctor, said Dad. Okay, my turn again. Try to stay calm and we'll go to see the doctor, said Dad. Okay, our turn together. Try to stay calm and we'll go to see the doctor, said Dad. Okay, your turn. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's try and build it together. So the first word that Dad says is try. So like we do usually, pause, try to spell try using your sounds, and then check. Okay, and we have ch, r, I, try. Next word is try to. T, oo. The next word, try to stay. S, t, a. The next word, try to stay calm. And this time we have an R spelling, don't we? So let's try. Pause and try, and then check back. Okay, and we have k, R, k, R, A-L spelling, k, R, calm. Try to stay calm and try to stay calm and wheel. We will wheel. We apostrophe we wheel. Try to stay calm and we'll go to to. Try to stay calm and we'll go to see. See. See who? We'll go to see the doctor. So the doctor, 2 syllables. D, o, k, doc, t, or, tor, doc, tor, doctor. Try to stay calm and we'll go to see the doctor. Dad's finished speaking, and so we need inverted commas around what he said, and then the last 2 words are try to stay calm and we'll go to see the doctor, said Dad. Okay, so said, and we have s, e, d, said. dad. D, a, d, stop mark. Okay, try to stay calm and we'll go to see the doctor said dad. I'm going to add on what mum says in return, okay? So, mum says, I'd rather do the smart thing and see if it ought to be put in plaster, said mum. My turn again, it's a long sentence. I'd rather do the smart thing and see if it ought to be put in plaster, said mum. Try with me now, okay? 1, 2, 3. I'd rather do the smart thing and see if it ought to be put in plaster, said mum. Now your turn, okay? 1, 2, 3. So, what is the first word that mum says? She said, I'd, with an apostrophe, contracting I would. So this means I would, but we've just used the apostrophe to contract it to I'd. I would, I'd. Next word, I'd rather. Okay, so have a go and then come back and check. We have there. Ra, the, rather. I'd rather do, do. I'd rather do the smart thing. The smart thing. The smart thing. Thing. I'd rather do the smart thing and see see. I'd rather do the smart thing and see if it I'd rather do the smart thing and see if it ought. Have a go. It's one of the spellings from today, and we have ought with the O-U-G-H spelling of or, don't we? Ought. Okay, don't worry if you didn't get that one because we've only practiced that today. And see if it ought to be put. Okay, 3 words. To, be, p, put, in plaster, plaster, plaster. And that's the end of what Mum says. So stop mark, inverted commas to close what she says. And if we can just about see at the bottom of my board, the last 2 words. I'd rather do the smart thing and see if it ought to be put in plaster, said Mum. mum. Stop mark. Hooray, it fits in. Wasn't sure if that was all going to fit, but there we are. Bit of a squash and a squeeze at the end, but we did it. Let's try and read it all back to ourselves and just make a note and underline those R spellings, okay? So in your own time, try to stay calm, A-L, and we'll go to see the doctor, said Dad. I'd rather, A on its own, spelling of R, as in ask, and father, and rather, do the smart, A-R spelling of R, as in smart and start and car, thing, and see if it ought to be put in plaster, A on its own spelling of R again, plaster, said Mum. And that's us done for today. So enjoy your Wednesday. I'll see you back same time tomorrow. Bye. Well done.